Hello YouTube and welcome back to part 2 of FTL Multiverse. Really enjoying what I'm seeing so far, so I'm looking forward to how this second part plays out. I hope you are too. Let's get into it. Does that mean we're straight in with a fight? Maybe we're the Federation. I can't remember what the bad guys are called in this. I thought it was like the Federation and the Rebels. And that the Federation were the bad guys, but I'm obviously misremembering that. Ooh, hello. So, most florals, bound to their religion, communicate through sign language instead of spoken words. The Orchid Guard gives you a friendly wave as you pass by. So we can ignore contact or attack. Well, we don't want to attack, and I feel ignoring's rude, so the Orchid bows, acknowledging your presence, and waits for your next move. So we've got a special response, which is our Orchid crew, because we've got our Orchid crew member down here in the engine room. So he's going to do a little bit of friendly banter there, and that's going to get us some shizzle. That's great, right? Well, that brings us up to 50 scrap, and now we can start making a move. Okay. So that's the quest that I need to get to. That's fine. We can make it to that. We're going to bob through this store en route. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll see how we're doing when we get over to the quest. So we'll go out this way. It's interesting now as well that when you arrive at... So there's a mantis crew here has hunkered down in the abdomen of a long-dead space whale. The only way, presumably, for them to operate their black market trade without detection. Worth a look? So we'll approach the corpse. Yeah, but it's interesting now that you can actually attack like the shops, which you couldn't do in the base game. So your approach is met with by a curious mantis ship with distinct spikes of power in their weapon system. Okay. So we just want to, yeah, so we could, like, well, now you mention it and just get into a fight with them, or we can leave, but we want to just see his shops. Oh, but he's not interested in selling to us, apparently. So we are, we're in a fight again. Well, aren't we just the scrappers? What are we going to do about this? I think... that on the shields, this on the weapons seems to be the best strategy at the moment and seems to work incredibly well. They are mantis. I forgot they're mantis. They love to brawl hand to hand, so we're going to try and get this guy across. Try and even the fight up a bit. We're not going to beat him. We're going to have to send this guy out to get healed up, which means these two are now going to engage. These guys are particularly weak, but I'm hoping... ah, good, right, okay. That's fine, that's fine. We can send him in there now. One thing I do need to do, actually, is lock their positions. I don't think I've done that. So we'll send him back there, and we'll send him up there, and we will save their positions. So we just got to whack these guys one more time. I haven't really been focusing on what I've been targeting over there. But so long as the weapons and shields are down, then generally speaking, that is sufficient. So we've got some more stuff. That's great. What's our best options here? So at 2, they're going to be there. So 1, 2, they'll be there. 3, 4. Okay. I think we can visit an extra one over here while we're skulking around this area. Okay. So pierce on the shields, fire starter on the weapons, and away we go. I think... oh no, not again. I think that little 2 people thing is like a clone bay. I might be wrong about that, but I think that's what it is. Clone bay is a bit of a problem because that means that they can just replace their crew. Okay, that worked out fairly well. We're going to have to send our pilot to get healed up. Okay, we should probably target something different. I might just take out the teleporter just in case they decide that they're going to try and send somebody over again. Oh, there you go. Didn't get it in time. Now, we could accept their surrender, but they're not really offering anything particularly spectacular, so we are just going to cause them some grief. And then we're going to have to deal with that guy that's just sort of decided he's going to bum a lift off us. I don't know what that was. I guess it has some sort of special ability where it kind of explodes and freezes. I don't know. But we'll get him sorted and then get our crews back to their posts. One thing I'd like to be able to do is up the sensors. So at the next level up, we can see the enemy's interior. So yeah, I'm going to do that because I want to be able to see the fire on board their ship. I want to see the havoc that I am causing. Let's go to this distress beacon and see what this is about. So the distress signal is originating from a stunningly beautiful forest planet with a developed orchid outpost not too far away. You don't see any ships in need of distress? Well, I only came here to distress ships. Investigate. Now, sometimes investigating can end up harming you, so we'll risk it. You scope out the area. It doesn't take long to find the origin of the distress beacon. So it's just a damaged distress beacon laying a few miles from two ships, one Orchid and the other Rebel. Okay. So I think our options here are we can get into a fight or we can walk away. So the Rebels are the Rebels are the bad guys, right? So the Rebels are trying to take the Orchids hostage. We won't stand for this. No, nobody gets to take anybody like that. So now you see, we can see the inside of the ship. So this is cool, right? We get to actually see all the chaos that we're going to cause. So we put some fire down in there, and let's see what this looks like. They did get an early shot on me, but we've got some fire down. This is good. Now they're fighting the fire. Yeah, they got that out, but we should be able to get another round of fire in there. Knock their shields out fully, and now everything's on fire in there. This is what we wanted to see. This is exactly what we wanted to see. So now we're going to whack the oxygen, if we can, because they've just abandoned their weapon systems. Oxygen now is on fire. To take out their engines, they're going to be in serious dire straits now. Yeah, you see, that combination is so good. We are causing absolute havoc. Colonel Mark II. Colonel Mark II. So what does this thing do? Is that a weapon? It is a weapon. The Colonel Mark II. This weapon uses kernels of giant plants from the Orchid home planet as ammunition. The kernels behave like missiles. Does that mean that they do use missiles? Okay. I'm not super fussed about that one, but I mean, just looking at it, shots per charge 3, but it only consumes 1 missile for that. Hull base damage 1, total system damage 1, total crew damage 15, shield piercing 10. I mean, it's okay, but I think that's probably something that we can look at selling. And I mean, we've got that which we may or may not sell at some point. We'll just have to see how that pans out. And the Frost one probably don't need that at the moment. But look at this. This is lovely. Like, you don't. The base game was always just in space. You didn't see like these like this Bob Ross painting in the background. That's awesome. Okay. Where can we get to next? I'm going to rush up this side and then double back to the quest. I think that is the wisest way to hit as many places as possible. So there's no limit to the treasures my cargo carries, Captain. And they can all be yours too, just for a price. So we can see what they're offering. We can attack the smuggler, ignore the smuggler and continue on our way, or we can use the Federation database to find out what Argion is. Argion? I don't know. Let's just see what they're offering, shall we? So we've got chain burst laser. The chain burst laser, is this the one that hang on. Now the chain burst laser, if I'm remembering it rightly, dual shot lasering decreases in cooldown the more it fires. This thing, if I remember rightly, is quite the beast. I don't know if there's like a Mark II of this one, but I quite want that. So if I buy that, does that mean that I can... So the reputation with the smugglers has increased. So we're probably back to like 0 or something. I can't remember whether I annoyed the smugglers or not yet. But let's see. So that is now in there. If we move, let's move those out. Move this one up. So what? How much power does it require? 1. So if we can get 1 power on that, that would be pretty cool. Because that thing just gets faster and faster. So the cooldown cap is 6 seconds, which is not great. So there may be a Mark II. Maybe there is something that does it a bit better. That could be handy. But we can't sell here, which is kind of a problem. Is there any option to do anything? No. That's just sort of explains how to do stuff. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Do nothing. There we go. So let's jump. Oh, there is a Federation store there. Okay, so if we hit this one, we might have time to sort of jump around. Hang on. We probably need to calculate this. So on our next jump, they're here. And then there would be here. Then there would be here. So in theory, we can do this. I just want to make sure that I've got enough jumps to end up where it is that I need to be. Okay, now we're into another scrap. That's fine by me. This is an orchid ship. These guys all seem to be humans. I didn't read the thing. Maybe there was an explanation as to why that's the case. So fire starter. We're going to hit the weapons with the fire again. Oh no, they've knocked my weapons down. But this guy's really quick at repairing, so we can get that. Oh, that was the wrong one. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna use that for the time being, just because I selected it. Oh, 13.5 seconds for the first fire is terrible. Okay, but it gets there, and then we're 10.8 for the second one. That's fine. So, yes, we're going to deactivate that and put the fire back on. But what we do need to do is get like a little bit more power and upgrade the weapons one. How much does it cost for the next weapons upgrade? So it's 60 for the next weapons upgrade, and then we need another 20. So we need 80 to start using that extra laser. We also need to do something about the shields in the not too distant future, which would be 50 over here, plus probably 20 then... Oh, 20 then 50, so that's 70 over here plus 50. Okay, so we need another 120 to do the shields up 1 level. But getting the shields up 1 level will make a huge difference. We'll just focus on getting that weapon done first, and then we'll worry about that. Now, do we have time to go to the Federation store? Is it worth going to the Federation store? I think it is. I think it is because we can then sell some stuff because we're sort of filling up a little bit. So trade, yeah. So let's look at selling. We want to get rid of that thing. I'm not going to use that for the time being. What about? Hang on. Let's have a look at drone. Do we have drone? Yeah. So there's drone control. We could bring drone control into this. Was there anything else I could sell otherwise? Because I'm not using this deconstructor, so maybe we'll get rid of that. I kind of like having the advanced navigator for now. Scattershot. It depends whether I want to invest in buying the drone control. I think I'm going to do it. We're going to have drone control. We're going to fix up the ship. And then we should be able to use that drone control. Now, we've got a bunch of other weird and wonderful weapons and weird and wonderful characters. I'm not going to invest in anything just yet. I would like to have another crew member, but I'm not going to invest in them just yet, because I think jams the enemy shield generator, weakening the enemy shield system by 2 bars. That sounds pretty handy. I was going to say I didn't want to spend any more because I wanted to use that extra weapon, but we can build up to that still and still maybe pick up something like this. We've also got a recycler module that could be useful. Uses recycler tech weapons. Can be used to convert fuel, scrap, drone parts, or just random junk into missile. No. Okay. The shield jammer might be really good though. Uses 2 power, 1 fuel. That's high cost. Right? No, we're not going to do it. We're going to keep our what we've got now. Oh, I do also need to patch that up. It's probably a good idea just while we're here and not fighting anything. But yeah, we should be able to get what was it, 20 plus 60, 80. So we need 80. We've got 65. So I'm going to spend that now. So I'm not tempted to spend it on anything else. And then we have to jump to the distress beacon. It's the kind of thing that gets your crew killed. Is it worth the risk? Oh. I'm going to seriously regret doing this. Oh, you see Ekman. Oh, poor Ekman, no. Now we're down to a crew of 2. And our guy that's really good at repairing stuff is gone. I shouldn't have done that. We really need more crew members now, more than ever. Okay. So, drunk vampweed factory worker vessel lurches towards you. Dumbass. Feds in my sector. You'll regret this. Hear me? So, yeah, well, we're getting into a scrap, obviously, aren't we? Change your toggle or amp equipment. I don't know what that's for. Change your toggle. So what toggle equipment do you wish to change? Caution, toggling equipment while full on cargo will destroy the item. So I don't toggle automation for crew drones. I don't know. I don't think that matters terribly. We could I don't know. No, let's just say never mind for the moment. We'll do nothing, and then we'll do the usual scrap. We do need to build up the drones as well, so we're going to need more power for the amphi drone. But for the sake of this fight, I think what we've got should be fine. These are going to take, yeah, you see they take a little bit longer now to get up to power. That's because we've lost our weapons specialist, so we do need someone in there to sort that out. Let's hit their O2 as well. Well, no, we'll keep hitting the shields because they're going to get that repaired too quick. Yeah, problem solved. They were never a problem, these guys. So, you see, there's the opportunity we needed. So we're going to accept that. We now have enough to bring the chain burst in. That is really good. Between these three weapons now, we should be able to knock things down really, really quickly. But it would be so much better. Oh yeah, we're still okay. It would be so much better if we got a crew member. I'm hoping maybe this quest will give us a crew member. Fingers crossed. Okay. Oh no, they upgraded our reactor by 1. Okay, well that's not bad. We did just spend money on doing that, but that gets us 1 closer to using this drone, which I still don't know what it does, but we'll find out. So from here, we have to go to the exit, I think. There's no... I don't know if I can go to that one, because we're in, like, the warning bit, but we're not in... So I can't remember how that works. Let's find out. Oh, right, okay, so the fleet is here. This is... Yeah, this is not good. Okay. Right, so we've got a serious fight on our hands now. This is going to be much more difficult. Don't think we need to worry about anything else. We're just going to do nothing. We're going to make sure that we've got the shields targeted. We've got the fire starter on the weapons. We'll put the chain burst on their drone control. And that might give me what we need to just have the edge on this. I imagine we're not going to walk away from this without there being some serious holes in this ship. Okay. So far, so good. Now, while this is going on, our FTL is also charging. So the worst case scenario is as long as that gets full, then we can jump away. But I think we're giving them serious grief here. Okay, the chain burst laser is now at its maximum. And they are suffering. Oh, they did knock out my O2. But if we can blow them up, jump away, and then get repaired afterwards, that might be the wise thing to do. Yeah, you don't get much for your troubles with this. You just get the fuel to jump away. We don't really want to be here any longer than necessary, but we're going to have to start repairing that. Okay, let's jump. Let's jump to the exit. Okay, so we've arrived at a long-range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, you can jump to the next sector. Sure. So I can explore. You receive a hail from a nearby civilian NG ship. The captain appears on your screen. Strange bug. Can you assist in debugging? Well, let's listen to their problem. Okay, found malfunction. Free Mantis believes it's human. Will receive input only from human or fellow free. Okay, maybe we can get somebody out of this. So we can send our human crew over. That's the blue option. Blue options are like default you win situations. So let's send that. The Mantis is grateful to see another human. Introduces himself as Robert Smith. He explains he's from a nearby human colony and would really appreciate being returned there. Oh, so it doesn't... Oh, we can offer him a position on the ship. Yeah, we'll offer him a position on the ship. Yeah, it's gratefully accepted. Nice. So we now have a new weapon specialist. That's good. That's really good. Now we need the O2 generator back online. You can see the whole ship is slowly turning that red color. Now the O2's coming back up, we should be fine. But yeah, if that gets to that sort of, hashed line kind of appearance, then your crew's going to die pretty sharpish. I think there are some species in the games that do not require oxygen. So they're a good option for if you're concerned about that sort of thing. But that's not what I have. So we're just going to go to either liberated settlements, or we can go to the Lawless Frontier Sail. I don't know what sail means. I'm curious to find out. Okay, so we're going to proceed into this pirate sector. However, we are going to leave it there for today. And as always, if you enjoyed what you saw, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you didn't like what you saw, let me know down in the comments what I'm doing wrong, what I can improve on. It's always appreciated. And as always, we shall see you again in part 3. Daddy bye-bye.